Hello ladies and gentlemen. In this video, we are going to study the brief history of RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India. Now this is our second module, that means first lecture has already been uploaded. If you haven't watched it, please watch it. Now let's start. The Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance was also known as, right answer is Hilton-Young Commission. So the Hilton-Young Commission was Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance, and it was set up by the British government of India in 1926. This commission had recommended the creation of central bank in the country, and on the basis of recommendation of this commission, RBI Act was enacted. Original headquarters of RBI were located at, right answer is Calcutta. So the original headquarters of RBI were in Kolkata, but in 1937 it was shifted to Mumbai. Now, if we talk about RBI, it was established through RBI Act of 1934. Therefore, it is a statutory body. RBI did not start as a government-owned bank, but initially it was a private bank without major government ownership. The initial headquarters of RBI was located in Kolkata. Later, it was shifted to Mumbai. On which date RBI started working? Right answer is 1st of April 1935. So RBI started its functioning from 1st of April 1935 as a private shareholders bank with a paid up capital of rupees 5 crore. In which year nationalization of RBI was done? Right answer is 1949. So in 1949, Government of India nationalized the Reserve Bank of India under RBI Act of 1948, and from 1st of Jan 1949, RBI started working as a government-owned bank. RBI started its operation from 1st of April in 1935, and then in 1949, it became government-owned bank. What was the initial share capital of Reserve Bank of India? Right answer is 5 crore. So RBI did not start as a government bank. It started with a share capital of rupee 5 crore. The share capital was divided into the shares of rupee 100 each, fully paid up. So in the beginning, the entire capital was owned by private shareholders. Who was the first governor of Reserve Bank of India? Right answer is Sir Osborne Smith. So Mr. Osborne Smith was the first governor of Reserve Bank of India. Reserve Bank of India was established in 1935 on the basis of recommendation of Hilton-Young Commission. Who was the first Indian governor of Reserve Bank of India? Right answer is Sir C.D. Deshmukh. So Mr. C.D. Deshmukh, a member of ICS, that is Indian Civil Services, was the first Indian governor of bank. On the demise of RBI governor Mr. James Taylor, Mr. C.D. Deshmukh took over as the governor of RBI. Mr. James Taylor was the second RBI governor. First one was Mr. Osborne Smith. Mr. Deshmukh was the first Indian RBI governor. Who is the longest serving governor of Reserve Bank of India? Right answer is Sir Benegal Ramarao. So Sir Benegal Ramarao, a member of ICS, was the longest serving governor of Reserve Bank of India. He was the governor of RBI from 1949 to 1957. RBI did not issue any currency notes during work period of which RBI governor? Right answer is Mr. K.G. Ambegaonkar. So Mr. K.G. Ambegaonkar was the governor of RBI from January 1957 to Feb 1957. He was appointed as interim governor till Mr. H.V.R. Linger could take over. So Mr. Ambegaonkar was the RBI governor for very small period. Therefore, he did not sign any bank notes, and that's why no currency notes were issued during his governorship. During which years Dr. Manmohan Singh served as governor of RBI? Right answer is 1982 to 1985. So Dr. Manmohan Singh was the governor of RBI from 1982 to 1985. RBI is headed by a governor and 4 deputy governors are there to assist him. Presently, Mr. Shaktikant Das is RBI governor and deputy governors are Mr. B.P. Kanungo, Mr. N.S. Vishwanathan, and third one is Mr. Mahesh Kumar Jain. Fourth governor was Mr. Viral Acharya. He recently resigned. So at present, there are 3 deputy governors. The governor is Mr. Shaktikant Das. What street name is used to refer to RBI? Right answer is Mint Street. Actually, RBI is the central bank which controls the issuance and supply of Indian rupee. It is also referred as Mint Street. For printing of notes, RBI use four facilities. The SPMCIL, that is the Security Minting Corporation of India Limited, is a government company and it has printing presses at Nasik in Maharashtra and in Devas in Madhya Pradesh. Apart from that, BRB NMPL, that is Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited, is a organization owned by RBI. This was owned by Government of India and it had two printing press, one in Nasik, one in Devas. Devas is in Madhya Pradesh. And BRB NMPL has printing facilities in Mysore and in Salboni. Salboni is in West Bengal while Mysore is in Karnataka. So these four printing facilities are used by RBI for printing the currency notes. For minting of coins, the SPMCIL has four mints. These are situated in Mumbai, Noida, Kolkata and Hyderabad. So these are for coin production and these units are for currency notes. For which of these countries the RBI has served as central bank in the past? Right answer is Myanmar. So RBI has acted as Myanmar's central bank until 1947, except during the years of Japanese occupation. Myanmar was under Japanese occupation for the period of 1942 to 1945. The previous name of Myanmar was Burma, and Burma got separated from Indian Union in 1937. However, RBI still acted as central bank for Burma till April 1947. That means till 1947, RBI was the central bank of Burma. Till when the RBI served as the central bank of Pakistan? Right answer is August 1947. So after the partition of India in August 1947, the Reserve Bank of India served as central bank for Pakistan until June 1948, when the State Bank of Pakistan commenced operations. That means once it became operational, RBI ceased to act as a central bank for Pakistan. Who wrote the book The Problem of Rupee, Its Origin and Its Solution, which gave the concept of RBI? Right answer is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. So RBI was conceptualized as per the guidelines, working style of outlook presented by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his book, and the title of his book was The Problem of the Rupee, Its Origin and Its Solution. And this idea was presented to Hilton Young Commission. And subsequently, on the basis of recommendation of 1926 Commission, RBI Act was enacted and then RBI was formed. Hilton Young Commission was also known as Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance. We discussed this thing in the first question itself. In which year the Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance recommended the creation of Central Bank for India? Right answer is 1926. So in 1926, the Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance recommended the creation of Central Bank of India. The Royal Commission on Indian Currency and Finance was also known as Hilton Young Commission. And Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, in his book The Problem of Rupee, Its Origin and Its Solution, presented the idea of central bank to Hilton Young Commission, and this commission recommended the creation of a central bank. And this is how RBI came into picture. First governor was Mr. Osborne Smith and first Indian governor was Mr. C.D. Deshmukh. In which year, for the first time, a bill was introduced in the Indian Legislative Assembly for the creation of RBI? Right answer is 1927. So in 1927, a bill to create the central bank was introduced in Legislative Assembly. However, later this bill was withdrawn due to lack of agreement among the various section of people. What was the paid up capital of RBI when it commenced its operations as the Central Bank of India on 1st of April 1935? Right answer is 5 crore rupee. So RBI commenced operations as India's central bank on 1st of April in 1935 as a private shareholders bank, and at that point of time the paid capital was 5 crore rupees. When did RBI stop acting as the currency issuing authority of Burma? The present name of Burma is Myanmar. So the right answer is 1942. Reserve Bank of India ceased to be the currency issuing authority of Burma in 1942, and in 1947 the RBI stopped acting as a banker to the government of Burma. So here is the timeline: 1937, 1942 and then 1947. In 1937 Burma separated from India, and then in 1942 RBI stopped acting as the currency issuing authority of Burma, and in 1947 RBI stopped acting as banker to the government of Burma, that means Myanmar. When was the Deposit Insurance and Credit Guarantee Corporation established under RBI? Right answer is 1978. So DICGC is a subsidiary of RBI. It was established in 1978. Now it should be kept in mind, it is a statutory body. Statutory bodies are those bodies which are backed by law. On the other hand, constitutional bodies are those bodies which are mentioned in the Constitution of India, and executive bodies are those bodies which are created directly by executive order. For example, Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is the executive body. On the other hand, this DICGC is a statutory body, and Election Commission is a constitutional body, as Article 324 contains the provision for Election Commission. Now coming back to DICGC, it was established in 1978 for the purpose of providing insurance of deposit and guaranteeing of credit facilities. The headquarters of DICGC is in Mumbai, and Deputy Governor of RBI, Mr. B.P. Kanungo, is the chairman of DICGC at present. Deputy Governor. There are 3 Deputy Governors: Mr. B.P. Kanungo, Mr. N.S. Vishwanathan and Mr. Mahesh Kumar Jain. Now, the purpose of DICGC is to provide insurance to the deposit, and as of now, rupee up to 1 lakh is guaranteed by DICGC, but anything beyond that would be repaid depending on the recovery under RBI appointed administrator. For example, if there is a case of bank run, then DICGC will pay rupee up to 1 lakh to the depositors, and beyond 1 lakh it will depend on how much RBI is able to recover money from that particular bank. So in case if any bank fails up to rupee 1 lakh, that means if your deposit in the bank as well as interest in the bank is less than 1 lakh, then DICGC will directly pay you in case of failure of a bank. However, if your principal amount and interest is beyond 1 lakh, then it will depend on the recovery from the failed bank. Where is the headquarters of Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited? Right answer is Bangalore. So the headquarters of Bharatiya Reserve Bank Note Mudran Private Limited is located in Bangalore in Karnataka. It was established in 1995, and it designs, print and supply banknotes for RBI. It is a completely owned subsidiary of RBI. The BRB NMPL is governed by a board of directors, and it is headed by a non-executive director appointed by RBI. So director appointment is by RBI itself. The headquarters is in Bengaluru or Bangalore. Now let me ask you one simple question from last lecture. Answer in comment box in which year Paper Currency Act was enacted. So this was the lecture. Now please write down the answer of these questions in the comment box. Thank you, and if you like our work, please share it. Thank you, and that's all for the day.